I'm live. Right. Chat is there. Yo. Oh. Hey, how's it going, man? I don't know what that is, but it's Muse, isn't it, actually? Hey, Scotty! Hey man, yeah, I got my new Legato amp as well. There was another feature on it which I didn't know. If you hold in, I think the manual on the Legato one had an extra page in it, or maybe I just never read the manual in the first one. But if you hold in the channel change button for 3 seconds, it turns off the reverb. Not that you ever need to turn the reverb off. I was playing it actually earlier on today. It was this guitar I was playing. The best guitar in the world, and the strings on this must be 10 years old, and immediately as soon as I picked it up, it's still in tune, and it just rings like nothing else does. Got one pickup, which is too powerful for playing clean. It overdrives. Hey Ben! So the Shocking Bird shockingly does not do that clean thing I like. To kill the volume, maybe, is all I've got to play with. Hey Andrew, I meant to message you last night and I forgot. I'll give you a text message after this. I think I'm doing something on Wednesday, but I can't remember what other night you said. I'll message you later. Yeah, I tried the Bluetooth thing for the first time yesterday. Yes, totally. I mean, it sounds much better than your phone. Doesn't really matter how good the phone is. It seems to have some sort of like a subwoofer effect thing going on with it, where you can feel it vibrating through the guitar. Yeah, totally. I did have to pay, I think it's about 25 quid. I think, to be fair, that's what the Ultimo one, or whatever it is, the copy when I got on Temu was about that, but I got one of those £8 off things or something, and it ended up being, thinking I got it for 15. Hey, how many most awesome guitars? This is the most awesome of all of them, Mr. Whitesnake. Although I was just saying that it doesn't have a clean. It's too aggressive. This is one of those P90s that's the same size as a humbucker that I took the cover off because it was a gold cover and I was going to mess about with it. I was going to swap in a plastic insert in it. and it was just a single coil on it. So I think it is a P90, even though it's that size, but that's the size. I don't know. But it certainly goes that way. Certainly clean enough. Bright enough even. I bought a used Ampeg 108 V2 amp 8-inch speaker for like $50. Are they not pure amazing? I think Scott the Bastard's one of them. I'm not sure. I think there's a 108 and a 110. I think the 8 means it's an 8-inch speaker. Oh, you said 8-inch speaker. No, I think they're pure amazing. Unfortunately, pales into significance with the Rolling Cube because it does it all on batteries, but very much similar. Yeah, totally amazing. You're not playing along with a drum kit with it because it's only, I don't know how many watts it is, but it's only well, maybe if you use an extension cabinet. No, I think $50. You're not going to get the Rolling Cube for $50. It's all in the tone. No, I'd totally use that in the house. Definitely. I haven't yet. I wish you could get. I don't know if anyone's got any idea. How do you get a bass loud enough to, and portable enough? The acoustic bass. Just get a bigger acoustic bass, basically. I don't know. Because I mean, this thing. I'm trying not to play. Basically, I've not been in this room since last week. I don't think it was a. I don't know, for some reason I've just been hanging about in the kitchen playing that fucking guitar with that wee Legato amp, or the other one is stuck in at the front of it. Playing that, watching YouTube on the laptop. It's like eating. So I need to try and wheel myself back through here. I've not played any of these guitars. Just been playing the acoustic bass and that, and I found this earlier on today when I was looking at my download bag. This is the first time it's been in see-through. See the funny face in it? There's the nose and 2 eyes and the mouth. That was kind of intentional. Because these were joists that I cut up. This was the great idea of, rather than putting the 2 joists together, because joists have got rounded edges, I ran it through the table saw and just took like 5mm off it to give it straight edges until you can't really, well, there's a join there, but it's pretty damn smooth. Hey Yoakum, how's it going? Hey Bigsby, the weekend's just started for me. This is when I get to drink it. It's 4 minutes past, I've not started drinking yet. I've actually got, I don't know if you can see it there, that's a whole box of Bucky. But I do have 2 dreggy quarter bottles stuck together, which I'm going to pour the 2 of them together. That's one way to destroy the Legato, plug it into a bass. It's just like, I don't think it'll destroy it. I think it'll just, to be honest, I think I did actually try plugging it in the acoustic bass into it. It did just, no. It's like, I think the amp itself, the reason it works really well with the acoustic bass is because it just doesn't have any bass at all. It's like there's none. There is none bass in the wee Legato amp. So if you play along with the acoustic bass, it's leaving it tons of space because they're not really fighting over the same frequencies at all. Yeah. I discovered this is why it's fortified wine. So you can, it doesn't go bad. It's already bad. Oh. Hey Bigsby, you know, see this before, this is the shocking bird. But so you're right, you're all right calling it a mocking telly rocking bird. Oh. Very large iced coffee, well there you go. It is warm enough. It's very green. I'm very green today. So this is actually my yellow t-shirt. I think I need to, it's kind of gone lime. I need to get that one. If you call this normal. Next week's from a special guest. It's got a special guest star. At least that's the plan. And it might involve blindfold action. But not in an OnlyFans way. More of a guitars that I don't know what they are and see if I can guess what they are. And I tried it. I had a wee... Me and Jen had to blindfold out the other night. And she's like, up here, okay. And she wanted to go, and it was an SG I got, and she was up here, what is it? And so she managed to guess it was an SG, which is fair enough within about 2 seconds of playing it. And then the thing is, I tried to do the same to me, but I knew which guitar it was. Just like, it's a cheap Strat. And I was up here. Didn't have fancy guitars to pick. Also, I know what ones are in the other room. It works. Well, it works to the point of it did make it louder, but there's no bass at all. I think it's the way what it's got, which a lot of these wee amps, which you certainly never used to have, is there's some sort of filter on it that just doesn't accept the bass frequencies, rather than just letting the bass frequencies go into the speaker, which farts, like what all the wee tiny amps do. I mean, even that one there, the one that came with the Gear for Music amp, basically the amp's just far too loud for that speaker. So up to about 2, it actually functions really well. You've got headroom, good bass sound, As soon as you put it up to 3, the speaker just starts flapping. So I think what it is, there's some sort of diode or filter somewhere which doesn't, we'll just not even bother touching that frequency. That's why the guitar sounds so trebly. It's got trebles and mids and character, but there's no bass whatsoever. Just bought another Encore Strat project an hour ago, £30 what we started. There's one on and the thing is, even more so, that it's in, where is it? Is it in Perth? It's on Facebook Marketplace just now, and it's 15 quid, and it's the one that I've just chopped up, the one made out of the really stupid light wood. I'm enjoying the fact that it's very light, but it's such shit wood that literally see the trem screws, they're just pulled through the wood. So I've just got it bolted down, but with longer screws. But basically the wood's just, that's why it's got those dents in it. You could literally, I think, well, I can't, because I don't have enough teeth, but take a bite out it. Oh. Yes, I have tried those. I think I've tried the tiny bottles of Magnum wine live on YouTube before. I think the first time I ever tried it, maybe. Hey Sloaney, how's it going? Hey Christopher, whatever happened to Blacktooth Fox? He messaged me last night, but it's because it's oh. Got a wobbly knob. He's called something else. He might be on tonight. He sometimes appears. He's got a new name. I think he lost his YouTube channel, or lost his handle as such. He's still about. He WhatsApped me the other day, but I keep forgetting about. Every time I see WhatsApp, it's always 2 a.m. I don't want to pure message somebody at 2 a.m. and have a conversation. It's like pure, and then get around to it and I forget. I'm annoyed that knob's wobbly. He's doing well. I think the last time he said he had one of those, the same amp. I'm going to have to go and get a socket set. I'm doing my head in. Sorry, I'm back. I can't have the best guitar in the world. It's only got... There's nothing on it to go wrong. So a wobbly knob's one of only about 4 things that could be adjusted on the fly, so I have to do it. This is where it's actually too dark for me to see whether it's a screwdriver or not. Sorted! I can now relax. Play the guitar's only got one control. I don't know, sorry. You just imagining things, it's not there. I've got a wobbly knob. That's it. What's the... Jesus, you're all disgusting. I've not even started the bucket yet. Yeah, it's good. It'll be easy wigging. He'll be coming in. He did have a YouTube. I need to. I'll, how would I do it? I'll put it up on my page where it is. I'm sure he's got another channel. It's got a name that's not as. It's not anything like that. But I'm sure he did it. Here for the smut. Well. Here for the shocking bird. It does still like that rat. It doesn't seem to like that blue pedal as much. The rat pedal's what it's called. Oh, I said Blacktooth's doing alright. Good stuff. Hey, Blacktooth, if you kept watching this on catch up. Mr. Whitesnake, I think you should make yourself a shocking bird. Don't be buying no kit. Use some stuff you've got lying about and literally just draw around a telly on a piece of wood and cut it out with a bandsaw and belt sand it. Kind of like that bit at the start of Conan. Sloaney, you'll get back into the guitar. It's always there. I've been playing the guitar so much the last week. Maybe just because I think it's that wee amp thing, because it's just pick it up, go. It doesn't have turn on the socket, turn on the amp, turn off the chorus, plug the guitar in, go. It's just got pick it up, go. I used to get lost in it sometimes. And playing for like an hour, just leaning against the kitchen worktop, looking out over the main street in Kilsyth. Yeah, so I don't know who watched that Yoki Metro, and that's a good place for a concert. Yeah, we could have like a live Malco Fest there somehow. I don't know how they would let you organise it. It's in the sort of grounds of a stately home kind of thing, but I don't know how public or private it is. There's always hundreds of people walking their dogs, so I don't know. Apparently there is a Kilsyth festival that's held there, but it's like exactly 2 miles from here by bike. We'll play guitar such all the time. So having that wee amp with a thingy, having that wee amp that plugs in so you can just pick it up and go. You do get better, and I don't know. Guitars get better the more you play them. That wee Encore, honestly, it plays amazing. It still feels cheap and stuff, but it just, whether it's just me getting used to it or whether it's just really in tune now, or getting used to it and vibrating and all that shit, you know what I mean? There's so much more to it. Did you buy a new guitar? There's one I didn't buy. Quite proud of myself. I did buy that white Gear for Music one, which in hindsight wasn't, but what it did do was it got me the neck to make the Telecaster bass, but there's an Ibanez Talman bass, TMB30, the short scale one, on Facebook Marketplace for £100. I saw it yesterday, and it's like, the problem is, I mean, obviously it's a much better bass than that Gear for Music one, but I wouldn't have kept to keep it together because it's a cool as fuck. It's one of the few one of the very few bass designs that I actually like the look of. Ibanez Talman, it's kind of a bit like a Music Master bass. So I think it's got a cool weird shaped headstock which totally suits it, and it's got like a control plate which has got like one knob on it and like a Stratocaster jack socket, and then it's got 2 knobs and a scratch plate. It's like a PJ. Oh, it's great. That's only. I keep thinking it'll come back to you. Don't force it. It's one day it'll just be. Yeah, but I mean, saying that, Andrew, what I did was I bought a box of Bucky, which basically cost the same as hybrid. But that's the thing that keeps getting me. So some of the guys going download the guys like he bought a. He's saving money. He's got like a. He spent £80 on this mad sort of baseball download jacket thing. Yeah, very nice. And it's just like £80. I could get fucking good guitar for £80. You know what I mean? Good. This guitar didn't cost £80. It's like, would I rather have that or a jumper? And it's like, well, no, just have a £3 charity shop jumper and a guitar rather than a nice jumper. But there you go. Bucky's fleeting guitars last forever, I know, but then the problem is that they do, and you end up with hundreds of them. I mean, see if I just drank instead, I'd be sitting here with 2 or 3 guitars, nothing to show for it, but I used to go to pubs, whereas I never went to pubs because I couldn't afford it, because you could go to the pub for 2 nights or buy a guitar, buy a bottle of Bucky, yeah. You could maybe drink John Five's guitar. He's got one that's full of free liquid, Telecaster. It's still shocking me. It's amazing to look at. This guitar is just... The fact that... I think the most shocking thing is it doesn't exist in the real world. Is that actually? At the time, I had no idea. It's a Fresher neck, and Fresher are... I can't remember. Are they Fujigen? Something like that. So it is. It's Japanese and Scottish. Use a bank loan to go to the boozers. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine. I can't imagine the price of download where it's like, you know, if you're having to try and buy beers and all that. I think folk must go. If you're going and doing it properly, you know, I don't know, you can stay in a hotel or get one of the glamping, you know, the fancy caravans or one of those pishy things. I think you're talking about spend thousands of pounds, hundreds of pounds on just booze. Mental. You get a vinyl on pre-order. Wow, cool. Hey, up Wales. I didn't buy. I think I probably didn't buy it more than last week. Yeah, the Black Sabbath album I don't have. Cross Purposes, which was the current album when I bought my first Black Sabbath T-shirt, just before Forbidden came out, when I was 15 or whatever it was. On vinyl, £20. Didn't buy it. I was thinking about it. Oh, I found a thing. Got a Mr. Whitesnake picture disc. Huh? Guilty of Love and Gambler. From Slide It In. Yeah, I wonder why Mr. Whitesnake's into Whitesnake. Amoebix. What is Amoebix? I don't know what that is. It's not bristlingly hot. It was only bristlingly hot for 2 days. It's been shite the last couple of days. It was raining today. I had to trim the lawn because it was too wet to do anything else. It's turning into a jungle. 400 coffee pods. No, that wasn't a good one. I've been drinking coffee. I'm annoyed that I got into drinking coffee kind of when I moved in here, and at the time, Lidl were doing a special offer on Nescafe Gold Blend Caramel coffee. So I kind of got a bit into that, and I don't do it anymore. I can't find it anywhere. It's alright though. Crust punk and then want to be the heaviest band ever. I've never heard of them, no. Hey, Victory House. That's a book of laser fresh were made by Tushin. Yeah, it's a Tushin. And I know that just from a neck that I found in the bin, because I've got Tushin guitars and I have played a lot of Japanese guitars and ones that I know where they're from and ones that I don't know where they're from, but because I've played 6 other guitars that all have very common things with them. This one is, yeah, but as soon as you say it, it's like, yeah, it's just totally a Tushin neck. 100%. It's like the Washburn Tour 44. Tour 24. It's like the what else is Tushin? The Vox bass. There's something. I brew my coffee. I use Kilsyth Hill water. Kind of fancy a cup of coffee now you got me talking about it. I think it's maybe just a caffeine thing. Somebody had sent who was it again? Posted on their page. That was a girl from the guitar shop I stayed with and stayed in Pennsylvania, and it was a picture of a guy going like that. Pure. This is what my body looks like without. Look, what happens to my body without sugar and caffeine, and then the next shot is just him just lying on the floor, just like yep. Guitar news. Have you seen the latest odds? It's going after PRS. I know. I don't know. I mean. Is it just publicity? I mean, look at it as just publicity. They're getting talked about. When's Fender? Has Fender done anything interesting recently? Is it just causing things and it turns out, no, I mean, who cares? Nobody can be bothered, fighting back and... I don't know. Yeah. I'm really struggling without having the clean wanky sound on this guitar. And I need the 2 single coils. I'm going to have to change guitar. I really like this. Gretsch Jim Dandy, I had a very similar one. I had I remember working out to play Blazing Saddles on it. Sweethearts of the Rodeo, like the cowboy series. I think it's basically... They made that for a couple of years and then they just painted it black and called it Jim Dandy. But yeah, are very similar, but it was cool, totally. The Jack White triple caster and the Epic amp. I did see the amp actually. The amp was interesting to not have... It had like a 15-inch speaker and an 8-inch speaker, and it had like a tremolo effect on the 8-inch speaker but not on the 50. Or something like that. But yeah, totally. Just think something... Not a particularly expensive or difficult thing to do, but a mad idea that's just like, yeah, it's obviously going to sound good. The only Fender product, and it must be good Fender products. But you're right, I remember buying a Fender lead. It was like a cool one, and it was like a see-through green, but you could see the cable inside it, and it was a surf cable or something like that. It was 15 quid and it broke a week later. Yeah, it was shite. I don't rate them, so I don't. Also, I got a Fender curly lead from Guitar. It was like 15 quid. I was like, that'd be a curly lead, that's cool as fuck, we'll get one of them. And it was like, when you plugged it into the amp and you moved, it went, and I was like, well, so I took it back. I was like, can I try another one of these? This one just makes a noise. I was like, he's like, show me. So I plugged the guitar and I was like, up your eye. So it's working fine, and it's just like, and it was like, oh no, that's not right. Then I went away and got another one, and I was like, do you mind if I try that as well? So I tried it, and it was exactly the same, and then one of the other guys was like, yes. Oh, this is it's not really meant for guitarists like you. Like, I'm exaggerating this a little bit, but not that much. It's like, no, this is more for somebody who's got, like, you're sitting in their armchair and they've got their wee £10,000 amp and their 50s Fender, and they want the curly lead, and they don't move them out much. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, you absolute prick. Yeah, really. Yeah, really. Not like, yeah, kind of the reason you don't get curly leads is because when you wibble them, they make a noise. But yeah. Oh, the have I seen that Greco? I like the Jim Dandy, yeah. Actually, to be honest, I like the wee Tirada I got better, but it's a similar sort of thing. I didn't get 150 quid for the Tirada, it was a tenner, so that's weighing in its favour a wee bit. Oh, the nice man, okay, I got it right now. Guy guitar touch with Vinci was I know one of the guys that works in there now is a lovely guy, Andy, but Andy Potter's his name is, but yeah, it depends who's in there. I mean, I'm going back years. It's like I'm just expecting. There's not really a point in me going in there. I'm just like, can I help you with anything? It's like, no, I'm just looking at stuff that I'm not going to buy. Basically, you know what I mean? I'm very unlikely to buy, and I like looking and see. One of the few bits I actually go and look at is look at the Ibanez. Whatever, every year I probably walk past the Ibanez bit and just see what cool, because I've always kind of liked like the RGs and stuff like that, just to see what. Plus, there's kind of a possibility. There's a much higher there's in fact it's probably one of the very few possibilities of me going into guitar and seeing a guitar that I'm genuinely going to go. I'm obviously I'm not going to buy it for 300 quid, but I mean I could probably get that second hand for 200 and some. I'm genuinely a new guitar I'm going to buy. Ibanez is about the only brand I've never seen like a Fender Classic Vibe or anything like that. I've gone with the Ibanez Talman bass as well. That's another one. Yeah. But the EBOs, oh no, I still don't understand. I mean, I still keep going. They can't be as shite as I remember, but every time I get one, they're as shite as I remember, and it's just it's not the it's not the EBO I've got. It's good. I've got a Gibbs EBO. I've got that. The one there, the Eros one. You can see it against the wall. It's not like the Epiphone one. Well, it is. It looks like it and everything. It's the same shape, but instead of being like a completely dead vacuum of boom, when you hit a note in it, it goes boing like it does on a good bass, and it's like for some reason the Epiphone one is just boom. It's like, oh, it's this pickup. It's not a pickup. It sounds like that when you're not plugged it in. Yeah. The second answer, cash converters off the road is that it's not cash converters. Oh, you didn't say cash converters. You put caches. Very smart, because I believe it's actually Cash King, and that's where my problem started. It must have been winter, because I remember it being dark basically and open, and I was in there, and there was a Hondo Telecaster. I did have my Schecter telly at the time, but there's this Hondo telly, and it was 30 quid, and it was like I drew a pointed headstock, and the nut was hanging off, so you couldn't play it. So the nut was kind of, because it was, the stupid headstock, the nut had been pulled down to there, so you had to kind of, I basically had to super glue the nut back in again, and it was 30 quid, and I remember saying it was like that pair, and it was like the Prince one, binding, ash body. The neck on it was stunning, even though it had a pointy headstock, and it had the Tiger thingy on it, scratch plate. And I was like, here, you take 20 for it? The guy's like, no, I just put it out 10 minutes ago. Can't do that. It's like, he priced it awful well. If it'd been 40, I would have walked away, and if it'd been 20, I would have bought it. 30, I'm now thinking about it. You hold it for me for 5 minutes while I go and have a fag. And he's like, yeah, no problem. Stuck it behind the counter, and I went over and looked in the window of Guitar, and was one of those Fender Baja tellies for 700 quid, and it was like the Fondo just looked the same as it. So I bought it, and then when I put the nut on it and thing, it was like, this is good Grover tuners, and then it was like, this is my Epiphone. This is an Epiphone, and it's like, but it was only 30 quid. Because I was still at the point of thinking you had to spend 200 or 300 quid to get a guitar that was actually playable. I didn't realise that you could pick them up for 30 quid, and it's like, I obviously realised that later on it is. It was a Samick built. It was only a couple of years older than my Epiphone. It was like, yeah. So that's it. I blame that place. It used to be Castrator on the Tron. Was it? I can't remember. Cash King. I tell you, they always seem to have such bizarre things. All cash converters do. You go in and it's like, is it the one down Taylor's Way in Kilmarnock? And you go in and they've got like, what if they get $3,500 Strat? They've only got 6 guitars. You know what I mean? It's like cash converters should be topping out about 300 quid or something for a guitar. I think I don't know who goes into cash converters and spends $1,000 on. I suppose if that's the guitar you're looking for. And the cash is king in Irvine. Irvine's a strange mystical land, Sloaney. I don't really know it, but a lot of guitars are in Irvine. There's places that keep popping up. There's always been guitars in Irvine, lots of them for some reason. I wonder if it might just. I don't think it's the same guy, or must be the same group of people. The sort of shop that you're itching to get in and scratching to get out. That's amazing. So download a couple of weeks you're most excited to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing Electric 6 actually. Offset telly with an actual Fender Stratocaster neck plus neck plate sheet. Well, there you go, yeah. Yeah, okay, you can have that, Mr. Whitesnake. Did you make the telly body? Oh. That's a shame. Really but stupid. So you got A20 from Cash? Oh, yeah, you ordered it though, didn't you? I don't know. Sometimes I suppose you just don't know what they've got. I got that blue pedal. Not using. And the number of times I look in the pedal cabinets and I have never seen anything even remotely interesting in any of the pedal cabinets in any of the other. And I just looked in and there was that double drive thing and it's like, that pedal was only 20 quid and it looks really boring. I bet you it's an expensive one. It's like, 150 quid. Aye, so I bought that. Is it easy to change a plastic nut and an epi? It's the same. Well, it's easier on the ones that you can pop it off the top. See, like that one, which an epi one probably will be, where the nut actually sits on top. They're easier to do than the ones where it's on a fender. It's kind of slotted in. They can be a bit more annoying. So that one kind of like sits in a slot, whereas the one on a Gibson or an Epiphone kind of sits on top at the end of the fingerboard. Should be dead easy. It's just a case of doing the nut. But I mean, it's one of those things that, see if you just spend, okay, buy a couple of, I suppose you can get like a plastic nut's fine. And I don't know, buy 2 of them, what, about £6 each, something like that, or buy one, and then just try and do it yourself, and it'll take you all night, and it'll be fine. Okay, I would do it. It'd take me 15, 20 minutes without the proper files, but I mean, don't buy the proper files, just do it yourself. And you want the string, it makes such a difference. You hold the string on the 3rd fret, and you want it on the 1st fret to be a bow hair off the fret. If it's like a millimetre or 2, that's why the guitar was cheap. A lot of guitars I've done like that. Alternatively, what you can do is leave the nuts that are already cut on the top, and then just keep sanding the back until you get that thing, and just keep putting it in, putting the strings on, trying it out, and just basically just sit fucking Star Wars on or something in the background, and just do it with the knowledge that, see when you've done it, and if you just take your time and do it while you're watching whatever film that you've seen hundreds of times on, at the end of it, your guitar will be fucking awesome, and you'll be like, that, it'll be so much better. You'll realise that you'll think back at how many nuts you've had that have been shit. Electric 6 are perfect. I saw them live in 2004. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Have you seen the vintage shop in Dumbarton Road? I haven't been. I was actually helping out a guy in Dumbarton Road a couple of months ago, but I never noticed. A battered Ibanez Geo strap for 700 for a Valvo combat. Yeah. Yeah, but if it's vintage and cool, I don't know. That's actually one of the bases that I would still have. So I kind of regret buying because I didn't have the money at the time. There's a place called, I wonder if it's the same place. It's down in, is it not Otago Lane? There's another lane that's behind, just off Dumbarton Road. Am I getting Dumbarton Road mixed up? I think I'm thinking of Great Western Road. Oh, whatever. Yeah, but there's the one that's down the wee alley used to be called Relics. They had an Ibanez Destroyer base for 250 quid. A 1985, black, white binding, gold hardware. Absolutely fucking stunning. Didn't have any money to buy it. What kind of acoustic string do you think most banger? But I like all the Framus, which is beautiful, but I want more treble and zing. I want, I don't know, see, I changed my mind. For me, it's got to be the nickel ones, not the bronze ones. Bronze suck. Fuck bronze. It's annoyingly, it's bronze strings that are on the only acoustic bass strings I could get from my acoustic bass were bronze ones. Bronze is like sort of soft and like they're kind of, you know, like old shoes you've had where they're all kind of soft and there's tons of give, like that. And it's like, fucking want strings like that. Who does? How long has the Geo name been a thing? It's 1999 it came out. Because my 5-string bass is a 1999 GTR. I can't remember the number. 75, I think. A GTR 75. So they only made it for 2 years. And in 1999, it was an Ibanez Geo GTR 75. And in 1998, it was just an Ibanez TR 75. That's why I know. So basically before that, he always got Geos, but they weren't called Geos. You get like earlier on, basically the year before or 2 years before, whatever the Geo RG is, you can get that as an Ibanez RG 100 and something. So it's basically, it's the same guitar, but it's still got the full Ibanez logo on it and stuff like that. Interesting. I had an amazing one. It was green. I gave it that Thingy band got it. Pete and Diesel band. It was like 7-Up green. It was an Ibanez RX 1 something. And the RX is like what there's the Geo GRX. So the RX is kind of like an RG, but a little bit more stratty, not quite as pointy. I don't think it's got 24 frets, but it's kind of halfway between a Strat and an RG. The Dario acoustic. I don't know. I just wish I could get. I don't know what the best strings were. I remember buying Didarios because they were the strings you used to get for £3 in Merchant City, and I had to change them every 2 weeks when I was going to the studio. And then I decided to buy Roto Sounds instead because they were £3, and I didn't have to change them. I had to change them every 4 weeks instead of every 2 weeks. But that was 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Get a Marshall MG 100 1x12, got 150. Wow. I don't know, maybe it's just... What's that? Did you ever see Harry and Paul with the I Saw You Coming shop? Where it was like basically people just buy the guys that up here. Yeah, I saw you coming, yes, it's £400. But it's only a bin, it's like £500. Oh. Whoa. Not used to that box of Bucky been sitting there. I've kind of almost out of Bucky. I might have to start it. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. I don't really know that much about Framus. You definitely used to always see Framus guitars in the yellow paper before eBay and all that. You always saw folks selling Framus 12 strings. Maybe it was always the same one. You used to always see Echo 12 strings. But I suppose the thing is that, and Marlin Sidewinders, if you go back 20 years ago, whenever that was, I was looking at these things, it was, they didn't have, Squires did a little bit about for a couple of years, so there's probably still the same amount of those Marlin sidewinders and shit. It's just that now you're, instead of seeing the same, they're not worth anything. It's a vintage shop, yeah, I know. It's the sort of thing that you want to sell things in, but you don't want to buy things in. Some stuff is expensive. It's really annoying. But sometimes you just get vintage stuff for fuck all. It's great. I think there's one of the charity shops in Clydebank. That's where I got that cool. Some of the cool Adidas stuff. I think they try and sell like the sort of fucking, I don't know, American imported hoodies and that for like £100 and stuff. And if they don't sell after a couple of months, rather than reducing the price of them, which would cheat everyone else, to just give them to the charity shops, and then I buy it for a tenner. Like, woo. I've not seen any of that for a while though. I suppose I just don't have any. I'm just. It's the bargain hunt for me. I'm glad you can't do it with guitars. Just walk about, go like that. Oh, £2, I'll have that. And I'm fucking buying. That's the thing. I've got to try and hold myself back when any guitars, even at the car boot sales, like Jen's getting much better at it now. It's just like, I didn't think you could get a guitar that worked for a tenner. I totally could. Maybe not. If you go to a car boot sale for 4 weeks in a row, you're going to manage to get yourself a guitar for, a tenner. And if it's an encore, that's where the encores have really started coming in. If it's an encore, or a stag with a metal badge on it, a nice looking Jim Deacon, because they're worth the same as the fucking Power Play and Rock Jam and all that. To be honest, I've never had one of them, but I mean, if it's going to be if you want to just fuck about with it, give it a shot. Been buying vintage everything. Yeah, so have I. I mean, I bought all my records vintage. Those are cheaper. Jacksville, yep, I know the one. The thing is, I remember buying a Jacksville on eBay, and it was pickup only in Stirling, and it was starting bid was a £5, so I bid £6 and got it for a £5, and went and picked it up, and it was a pink thing with barbed wire on it and all that. And basically, I spent an hour cleaning the frets up. I think I put a Gilmore switch in it, put strings on it. It's fucking fine. The thing about those Jacksville ones, the body's semi-hollow. It's made of like a blown fiberglass of some description with a graphic of a devil or whatever it is on it. The neck's all right. I don't rate them as shit. The Jacksville, honestly, if you're talking about, see my download guitar, a Jacksville would have done the job just as well. Fine. I could make it play and it sounded all right. It was the pickups were dead wiry and thin. I think I put a humbucker switch in it or something. Temu get one of those DiMarzio super distortions, put it in it. You set of strings. Temu £25 amp stuck into the top of it. Perfect. No, I don't mind the Jacksvilles. They're not real guitar, Bill. I like Dan Electros. They're not real guitars the same way the Jacksville's not. It's like, it's made of blown plastic or whatever. Well, what like wood makes any difference to what it sounds like? I mean, look at a Dan Electro, which is like a wooden frame with hardboard on the top and the back. Well, that's all it has to be. Yeah, so I'm now looking at trying to find a neck for the body of that. Where'd it go? The wee white bass. That annoyed me, that wee bass. But the neck, it was fine. But are you sure the 410 was the price, not that it was a 4x10 cabinet? I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to buy nice things, and sometimes it's nice to pay money for nice things, but it's also really nice getting nice things that weren't necessarily exactly what you would choose, but it was only £3. Oh. A Dan Electro DC59, I think I was a double cut one, isn't it? No, the one my pal, I used to go talk to my pal with a Bucky Rage, who just lives up the road. I keep driving past his house. He had a really cool one, which was like an Explorer, apart from, it was a big bit that went like that, and you literally couldn't get above about the 8th fret before you hit the body. It was like, fucking yes, here we go. You know what I mean? If you wanted to be playing the 10th fret, you were out and over the top of the guitar. It was literally like, it felt like you'd, if you got basically if you locked me in IKEA overnight, gave me a set of strings and a set of tuners and put me in IKEA and said, right, in the morning I want you to, here's a penknife, in the morning I want you to have a guitar, I would end up with a guitar like that. But it did actually work. I really like that guitar actually. But they're too expensive. If they were cheap, the problem is the cheap guitars you get are something like that Encore. Why'd you make it look shit when you can just make it look like a Strat? I mean, I haven't even seen any of those wee Encores for ages. The ones with I think they're full scale necks. So the wee black, it's a sort of small bodied. They say on them they're 3/4 size, but they're not. They're full scale, and it's got like a single humbucker. But instead of being in the bridge, although sometimes it's at the bridge, it's normally in the middle of the guitar, and it's just got like a volume and a tone. They're always black. They used to get them in Argos, and they were like 60 quid. You can make a guitar out of them. Totally can. A Dan Electro Longhorn. Surprisingly, plenty of innuendo in that one, Sloaney. But yeah, there's one. My pal, I've even played it. The best Dan Electro is the Hondo version, because in Japan there's a Hondo. The guitar line, it's got 36 frets, so the neck basically the cutaways go to here on both sides, and the neck just goes up to here, and it's only got one pickup. That and Hondo copied the Dan Electro. But because they weren't very good at copying and didn't really know what a Dan Electro was, they made it like a normal guitar. So it's made of like solid ash and shit. It's not hardwood and plastic and bent like a wooden bridge. It's like all proper parts. So it's actually like a real guitar in the shape of a Dan Electro. Pretty cool. I do think they're ugly though. Hey, Space Monkey. Yeah, John, was that I had a story about he kept snapping the brakes, snapping the strings to get the. No, he had to buy 4 basses to do the My Generation solo, and you're like, the thing was that you couldn't get round wound strings anywhere apart from on those guitars, and they were cheap. They were 1/10 of the price of a Fender sort of thing. So it wasn't he bought 4 of them. Because he kept snapping the strings because it had these round strings, and then you see him. That's why he's on the back of the Rotosound packet. He went to Rotosound and went, Mr. Roto, I want this sound. Yeah. So round strings. I don't know what they were before that, or they had lightweight strings or whatever it was they had. I don't know. It does seem a bit pointless as frets going on about. Dave Simpson. It's nothing to do with the cheaper guitar thing. It's just it's the time. It's all. I'm afraid it's all down. It just shows you a wasted amount of time I've spent just playing the guitar. Because playing the guitar shows that's it. It's just time, and it's just pushing yourself till you get to the point where you're no longer noticing you're doing it. But yeah, you don't. The thing is, I suppose if. I saw someone was talking. I think it was John 5 was getting interviewed by Lee Anderton the other day. Was what he was talking about. It's like John 5 is sitting there with like a Telecaster 1 pickup, and he's making it sound like an aeroplane, and it sound like Hendrix, everything without end, just because he's that good at phrasing. And it's like you don't need anything. All he needs is this and an amp and some distortion. That's his things. He wants a Telecaster, an amp, and a distortion. Whether it's in the amp or, that's it. And you're like, yeah, and he can do anything with that, but it's like, yeah, just fucking sit and learn how to do it. You'll be able to do that, whereas you can go and buy a £500 pedal that's the same as Eric Clapton's one. That'll make you sound a bit more like Clapton, but not as much as working on it. Longhorn was a rare 6-string, apparently. Oh, the 6-string bass, I think there might have been one, A Constellation? Do I know what that is? What was a Columbus? I remember. There's a Columbus colour. There's a dark glitter purple, and it's a Telecaster. And I think it's got humbuckers, and I think it might have a pointy headstock that looks amazing. John Five's sick on the guitar. I saw him playing with Rob Zombie at Download a few years ago. Def Leppard were atrocious. I thought they would be, but they were really bad. So me and Wayne went, you know, I go see Rob Zombie, and why not? And it was the best guitar sound ever. And you can see his pedal board, which was like a sheet of like plywood. I don't know, 240, but like 6x4 sheet of plywood, and on it had a tuner, and then in the middle there was a Boss DS1, and then on the right hand side there was a wah wah pedal, and that was it. And it was like a board the size of a bed with just 3 pedals on it, and it was absolutely kicking ass. He had a Telecaster full of, and it was just riffage. I think it was just a 3-piece band, but they were fucking stunning. Spend more time sat. I know, Mr. Whitesnake. I think there's different stages. I'm not spending the same amount of time looking up guitars. I went through a stage when I had it bad, I was getting guitars and I was getting them at a far faster rate because I was watching eBay. I used to check Gumtree and Gumtree and Facebook Marketplace, like at lunchtime and at dinner time, and then possibly later. You know, it was like possibly when I got up. You know, it's like, you know, several times a day sometimes, and some of the guitars you would get would just be fucking ridiculous. But you'd have to be willing. Very fortunate where I am. I'm even more central now, but centre of Scotland, so in an hour in every direction I can get most people, and willing to drive to go and get things, and they're there. I mean, even like bargains are still there. I still get the advert for my Ibanez is still up. I've been watching them. I don't know why I saw that. Oh, it's one of those things, you know, you've always got that wee ticker in the back of your head going like, Ibanez, it's happier seeing it and go, £100. It was like, it was missing the tone knob. I think that maybe what got me. It was like, oh, that'll be cheap because one of the knobs is missing. Obviously, I just put one on when I got home. But what a fucking guitar. Even with the Temu pickups in it, I would gig that absolutely no problem at all. And it's currently, I don't know what that's worth. But aye. Where'd you go? Oh. You still clearly set up a guitar slowly. I wonder if you need to do a YouTube channel. I was thinking about it's like, see, man, learning to play the guitar so much through the YouTube channel, and it was just like, you know, digging out guitars and spending a while cleaning it up and just getting. I mean, I've set up 1,000 guitars, let's say, but 500 of them have been 10 times setting up all of these, and every few years I come back. I mean, I built this 10, 15 years ago. And every time I come back to it, every couple of years, it's like, oh, I don't know how to do frets better than that, and I can. But spending time setting up an acoustic file this other one, it's amazing the difference you can make. The problem I've got with that is that it's the fucking sliding it in and taking the strings off all the times and all that. I know it's fidgety, but I mean it's so worth it. I think, to be honest, that's why. I finished my bucky. Not yet. That wee Tirada acoustic that I've got, I bought that for £5 because the neck, the body the braces were hanging off the inside of it. I think it might be a tenner for it. I can't remember. Whatever. But so after I decided I would have a go at jamming lollipop sticks in it and gluing it and all that, and that seemed to work, I did maybe spend a little bit more time just, as you say, getting it absolutely perfect. And it's just one of those things that it's like a pure master craftsman thing. Because, I mean, obviously, on a guitar, an electric guitar, you've got 2 wee Allen keys, so you can set that that to the exact perfect height. But when you've got a piece of wood, it's how much wood you sandpaper off. And also it affects the guitar an awful lot more because that's like, you know, screws and a bit of metal. This is just a single piece of wood that sits on the top of the guitar that vibrates. So it's like, whoa. But it's definitely worth doing. What model is the Ibanez? What about that one there? It's an Ibanez RG. if you just type in, it's not what it says in the advert. It's an RGR321EX. But they've kind of made that guitar for at least 20 years, and I think now it's now called the RGRs for the reverse headstock, so you can set the same guitar without the reverse headstock. It's the same guitar, and you get it without bind. You know, there's variations of it over the years, but they've basically made it. Having conversations with Google. What are you buying watches and guitars before you know what you're doing? It's pure Bido egging you on, oh no. Hi Sloaney, I'm assuming that you've got a dog called Gary there. Fine, yep. I saw someone put a meme up from about AI that was like pure mushroom. AI, is this mushroom edible? And it's like pure, sure is. And then the next scene is, okay, so I was wrong about that, but would you like to do more about poisonous mushrooms? And it's just like your grave. Yeah. Well, local marketplace, some dude is a West Tone Thunder bass up for $2,000, lots of followers. But the thing is people see that and go, my brother Jim's got a West Tone. Oh, look at that. I suppose someone's got to ask for it first, don't they? I don't know if they're... I don't know if there's the same... Well, there you go. I'll sell you mine for $1,200. Mine's been J-Paxed. Hey, Dave. How's it going? Yeah, a wee bit late. I've almost finished my bucky. I might just have to open another box. Actually, I found the West Tone Thunder in there as well. Ibanez RGX, so brand new. Yeah, 400 quid. So that's a 421. This is a 3. That's a 321, but it's just because it's the year it's newer. It's still the same guitar. Although twice last week I've been watching Phil McKnight's videos. I was really surprised. He's only got 41,000, maybe it's 400,000 subs. But it wasn't as much as I thought it should have been. Or maybe it's his second channel or something I've been watching. He was talking about Ibanez. He said in the last few years, it's like they've not been keeping up. And I saw somebody doing a comparison video of an Ibanez, and I can't remember what they were comparing it to. And it was at the fit and finish, and the Ibanez was like 4 out of 10. It was like, what? And it showed, it was a very short video, but it was like, it showed you a bits coming down on the top of the binding, and it was all rough, like it hadn't been sanded, and it was like, that's fucking worrying. I've never seen, when I say I've never seen an Ibanez, I have seen, before, we're talking about before the Geos, you used to get like Ibanez Silver Series, was it called? They were kind of shite, but I've never seen it on any of these ones, the Indonesian ones, or anything like that. I mean, the build quality in that, I think it's maybe not super flamboyant, but I mean, it's fucking rock solid. That's a solid guitar. I still think that's probably the best guitar you get for 400 quid. Well, assuming that whatever year that one is, I don't know, it's not that, is this maybe 10 years old? I-13, so okay, you know, up to 2013, I reckon you're laughing anyway. The thing that annoys me about the Ibanez, I keep seeing the Geos, but the Geos are never cheap enough. Not when you're picking up one like that. Okay, I've got that a bit of a bargain, but one like that kind of, you're talking sub 200 with pickups in it kind of thing. Geos seem to be that sort of price. It's like, or you keep seeing them on eBay, put them up and don't put postage on it. It's like, oh, pick up only in Worcester, and it's like £40. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I would totally drive to Edinburgh for that. But it's that whole problem about how much, like when I was buying my Capri, you buy the most expensive Capri you can to start with. You don't buy the cheapest one and then fix it. You buy the best condition one, which says, oh, no. But yeah. COVID era guitars were the worst. Well, for just buying them. Oh. Oh, right, because they weren't at work. Yeah, sorry, I do like that. I'll have that in a t-shirt. Drinking Buckfast doesn't make you Roger 007, you just Roger Moore. Oh, I thought it just made you more like Roger Moore. Okay. Yeah. 2.8 injection, no, mine. I was talking about this the other day. I think mine was a 2 litre. The guy who bought it off me was adamant it was a 2 litre. I was like, but it says 1.6 written on it in white paint on it, and he's like, it's a 2 litre, mate. So it was a 2 litre one I had with a Weber carb. Fucking amazing. I was actually behind a Capri last week in the car, and it was like, it's fucking nothing like a Capri at all. It's disgusting that they call it a Capri. Nothing like it. It's just like one of those, whatever that Chinese EV brick fucking things is. I think I remember when I was into them for a wee bit. The one I want, it's gold. It's got a brown vinyl roof. And is it the Mark 1? There's one or two. One of the ones that looks the best, I think there's a beige one with a brown vinyl roof and a big stripe down the side, but it's only is it the 1.3 something? And it's like, that was a total bottom of the range. It's like, mine in the brochure, because I looked it up online, had like driver side mirror and 2-speed heater and door cards. I can't remember. It was 4 things it had. You're like, ah, fuck's sake. You know what I mean? But this one, they're fucking nothing. Yeah, you got a steering wheel and a speedo. Fuck all else. You just had to guess how much petrol you had. Radio? No, there's not even a hole for the radio. You know what I mean? Fucking amazing. It just looked cool as fuck. But it was this horrible beige colour with fucking amazing. So a 68 Mustang. You had a purple Mark II. The Mark II is a stunner. I think the Mark 1 might be I don't know. Mine was obviously the Mark III. Yeah, I was just talking about the best one being was there a 1.3 super lowest? I remember seeing one on eBay, and the side of it had 400 dents. No, it wasn't. It was a different one. It was a Brooklands that I saw it at, and some old guy had been driving it to the shops for the last 20 years. This is going back 10 years though. And basically, he showed you in the driving, it was this tree, and he must have hit it 400 times with the side of this Brooklands Capri, and it had like 30,000 miles on the clock. It had only ever been to the shop and back, MOT every year. And he'd never bothered fixing the fucking side because he just kept hitting the same tree on the way in and out. But it was definitely a Mark II because it had the big square headlights, and it was chrome and a fucking vinyl roof. Oh, amazing. Ain't no replacement for displacement. Yeah, so I do feel pretty manly driving about with my 2.2 litre. Even though, generally 1.3 Capris are rare, mainly because they all had larger engines fitted later on. I suppose probably. But I mean, assuming, okay, mine was let's say it was the 1.6. It wasn't slow, but when I put that Weber carb on it, it was the fastest car I've ever owned. Up to a certain speed. Or maybe it just felt fast. I think the fastest car I've got one out there. It's 150 horsepower. It's like, no, any of fucking those cars were like that. A green Anglia. I know. I don't know what a Ford Anglia looks like. It's not as 1.6 GL Silver Capri. Had to take the hole just to change the radio out. Amazing. Yes. I just cut a hole in mine. Put a multi-changer in it. I had the best sounding stereo in that amp. I bought it. It was like an old thing. And it was like the head unit was like a 3 CD multi-changer, but you needed a big fucking booster amp thing with, you know, the heat sinks on the side of it to put in the boot. But I mean, that thing was killer. It even drowned out the rear axle, which grounded. One of only 8 registered 1983 Ford Escort car died after a storm blew my parents' roof on top of it. Oh dear, right, there you go. Yeah, American cars are bigger ones, yeah, Mr. Whitesnake, yes. But not as much power. But yeah. My dad was into his boats when I was a kid, and he had that, so I know the engines from that. I know that there's a 4.3 litre OMC Cobra, which is the Mustang 4.3 V8. There's a V6, that one in it. And then there's a 5.7 litre big block. So that's, my dad had a Sunbird with a OMC Cobra, and then a Bayliner with a, was it Mercruiser? Yeah, 5.7. Yeah, but you don't get engines like that. Oh, he did have a 4.6 litre Range Rover. But how do you get the guy we were staying with, when we went to America, he was like, everyone just said he just had like a couple of double garages out the back. He had a couple. He had still had the car he bought when he was 17, and it was a Camaro. Turquoise. It looked like the coolest Stratocaster Telecaster you've ever seen. It was like everything about it was the coolest thing you've ever seen. He'd had it since he was 16, and he had a newer one, and then a rally prepared one, and all this shit. But the truck that he used for towing the trailer, which towed that, had an 8.4 litre engine. Yeah. I don't know. It just boils down to, I mean, I've never had a fast car before. It never really bothered me. An Austin Cambridge, I don't know what that is. But I did enjoy it. I mean, I literally used to go out in a Capri for drive. I only had it for a year. It cost 500 quid, and I sold it for 300 quid, and I spent 500 quid keeping it running for the year, so it wasn't worth it. But I just enjoyed looking cool, and it was... I don't know, I wasn't driving fast. It's just that I was driving dangerously, power sliding around corners at 4 miles an hour and shit like that. And doing jumps and stuff, just at normal speed and well within the speed limit, but terrifying and making hundreds of noise. It was great fun. Oh. So an Escort cab, I remember them. They look very greenhousey. I don't know. I've never really been that bored. As long as you, I mean, I did my Citroen Berlingo van, which I absolutely love. Don't get me wrong. It was too slow, but it did do. Obviously, as long as it does 70 or does 60 on the motorway, took ages to get there. But I drove that thing basically like a Formula One car all the time. Basically, as soon as I turned the key, my foot was flat on the accelerator until I got to 60, and that was it. Basically, I just drove it as fast as it went, and it wasn't fast, but it was just the way you did it. I've been 130 as a passenger in a BMW once on by Les Dawson. Yeah, it sounds like a long story, yeah, totally, but 130 miles an hour sounds insane. I don't know. I don't know what the fastest I've ever been in a car is. It's not something that would appeal to me. I did get up to... I was going down the Mineral Railway yesterday on the bike, on the wee computer thing, and I got up to 22 miles an hour, and then earlier on today I was going down a tarmac road, and I was doing 22 point something, and I wasn't even pedalling. It didn't feel dangerous. It's just that whole thing going up, and then just imagine it's just basically, it's going to be like pure bang, and then you're just on the ground doing 22 mile an hour with your face getting... So I'm shitting that a wee bit. Classics now, drive a wee van. Used to get good right bangs at the car match. I totally, yeah. One car, one problem. Two cars, two problems. Yeah. I could just have a boring car. I had the Land Rover and a wee Panda. It was fucking great. No, Sloane, Wayne's daughter, who I pure love him. She got a van last year, and she'd managed to get it. It's got like, she paid like 300 quid for a Volkswagen. Is it a Caddy? Something like that. Wee tiny 2-door. I think I don't think it's got like anything else in it. And it's got like a 1.3 naturally aspirated engine, and it's only done like 25,000 miles. It's totally cool as fuck. You just sit there, it's like a wee tiny diesel engine that will just sit and just basically even cooler than my Panda. It's a turbo though. But yeah, it's like 40 horsepower. Like, oh, it sounds fucking brilliant. It was scary once you were 110, you started to notice the thing was it still had loads of grunts. I know. I think I was very aware with that, and the Land Rover did 70, but see, once you were doing more than 50, you felt it. It was just sitting at 50. Yep, how do you want to go faster? Just engine, and it was because there's no soundproofing, the engine just got louder, you had the turbo whining, and it just You know what I mean? That find the Panda started getting that way once you started getting above. Not that I ever went to about 80, but once you started getting pretty fucking ropey. You know, you're bored. You see what you're doing. It's a quiet road, on the way down to London or something like that. But the Civics, like, totally. What? So I can hear the engine. Oh, I'm doing 90. That's why. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. I never went up to 90. 5 cars. I know, but I think if it's your thing and you're into it, you know what I mean? So I've got hundreds of guitars. Fucking why not? I enjoy playing them. Okay, I'm enjoying playing that one, fucking the cheapest one of all of them, the one worth the least money. That's the one I've been playing, but so what? Oh, but start saying, what about the Land Rover did? But I mean, the thing is, it's like, what is it you're using the car for, really? You know, I mean, I suppose, I get it, but I mean, if you're, say I was working in town, so, I don't know, it was what, a half hour, 45-minute drive, bit of motorway, or a bit of traffic lights and shit like that. Okay, it doesn't really matter. I don't really, you can't really get in any faster. It doesn't really matter whether I had a Ferrari or a Panda. It's the same speed, because you can only really do... Okay, you can get to 30 quicker, and then get stuck at the light. I don't think it's really going to make any difference. Maybe if you're... Oh, what's your job? And it's like every day I've got to drive from, you know, Glasgow to Edinburgh and back again. Even then, it's only an hour, so... I would just have the most fucking efficient, that van I was talking about, 1.3 litre diesel, just floor it, keep going, fuck it. If you want it. Oh. Sits at 90. A strut brace. I don't know, I'm just not really that bothered about going fast. I had no issues with the speed of my 1.3 Panda. It was fine. Did notice a little bit with a few folk up when you're coming up motorway on ramps having to pure boot it, but I mean, that was just basically how I drove my van, my Berlingo. I just drove it like that, regardless. I remember trying to go up the Rest Be Thankful, Mole in the passenger seat, Andy in the back, towing my boat, fucking fighting between second and third like that, pure, absolute, pure, yeah. Did get 60 minutes a gallon out of it. Yeah, a bit of Porsche then, yeah. No, big black electronics. I know. I think that's I don't know. I think that's why I didn't. My Land Rover survived a bit longer. But the thing was that the prices of even just like the road tax and the diesel was just fucking ridiculous. I can't afford to drive that. The days of having a Land Rover, you know, like the Fred Dibnah Land Rover, I was kind of the very last person to do that, to have an old battered Land Rover that just crawled through its MOT and there was hundreds of things broken with it, but it just kept going anyway. So I mean, I had it for 11 years, 12 years, whatever it was, and I never fixed the door. I just learned how to close the door properly. You just had to kind of lift it up a wee bit and push it like that to get it to click close. Nobody else could do it, but I could do it. So why fix it? And everyone was like that. It's fucking great. A Ford T200 diesel van. A T200 sounds good. It cruise at 90, fully loaded in the rush hour. But well, there you go, yeah. You do go through stages of driving. Actually, it depends what road it is you're on. I do still sometimes feel people... I do find it seems to be an excessively fast driving. I don't think I see as much of it as I used to. I don't think is it really possible to be a boy racer now. I mean... Back when people used to buy like Ford Fiesta XR2s and stuff. I mean, okay, they were quite powerful cars, but they were like 1.4 litre and shit like that. I mean, 2019 Polo, 26,000 on the clock, new MOT and got a new clutch, 200 miles from my mum down. Yeah. Don't want as a dash as like a spaceship. That just sounds like a fantastic car, Sony. I don't even know how much something like that would be worth, but I mean, obviously I would have that, but that's 2019, so it's pretty much brand new. There's a point about the dash looking like a spaceship. The one in the Civic looks a bit... The one in the Civic kind of looks more like it's like a spaceship, but it's like a spaceship that's been modelled on like a Spitfire or something, you know, it's got the round dials and shit like that, but it's all digital. It's fucking pretty cool, man. I do quite like it. I do. I'm looking forward to one of the things down at Download is seeing Wayne, his car, because his Renault Megane blew up about 2 weeks after Download last year, and he bought a Civic because he was impressed with mine, but he's got the one before mine, and the fucking the gear stick, I'm just so jealous. It looks like fucking a Vortex synthesizer or something. It's like, his is even more spaceshipy than mine. So I'm looking forward to a shot of that. I don't know if I know what and 14k, they offered me 8. See, I thought that would be a very desirable car too. That wouldn't have depend. I suppose if it's too spaceshipy. 2019, I don't know. BMW 120, a 2-litre too fast, yeah. But the thing is, if you drive it too fast, I found that it was a while ago, 6 months ago. There's a big green. I've got a big red button on the left which starts the car, and I've got a big green button on the right which is eco mode, which is always on. I tried turning that off. Oh. What eco mode does is, right, here's the accelerator. So you turn it off. Or so basically you turn it off, it's like, fuck it. It's like a total fucking spaceship of super death. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do this year, apparently, the reason I didn't like, everyone talks about, not traction control, what's it called? Radar guided cruise control. So I was using that, and the thing that was really getting me was, like, see, you're sitting there, I don't know what I had it set to, 70 mile an hour, I think it was 68 or something, whatever it was, and you're sitting there like that, and it's like, and so you're just doing 68, and it's like, you turn that off and do it myself. I can do it with 100 less revs than what the cruise control's doing. And I think, see, if you turn off the eco mode, and I'm cleverer with it, I think I can. I'm going to show. Basically, I've got 69 miles to the gallon to beat this year. That's what my fun's going to be. I gave up on trying to get the 92.6, which I got in the Panda, but that was slipstreaming behind a truck at 54 mile an hour, and because the Panda was a brick, it made a huge difference to your revs between doing 55 and doing 70, or doing 55 and 65, whereas in the Civic it was like 50, 60, it was like fucking nothing. It was just the same. Didn't make any difference. The run onto the dual carriageway was a set of lights. What are we talking about here? It was set off in person as long as you're not in the front or the back. It would tow along until 90, you dropped off the next. All right, okay, I know what you mean, yeah. You could mess with the engine without having to use a laptop and fit a body kit in your driveway, exactly. I remember the guy across my road with my pal, he was a mad, and he would just like do things, he'd be like, fucking have the windscreen out, not and have it back in, just because he was mad into it. Same as people go, oh, why'd you take the tuners off your guitar? Because what seemed to work like, but people just did that to the car. Avon Moondog, what kind of fucking... Are you Kit Kats? You are Kit Kats, aren't you? What the fuck? Yeah, I always thought you were a woman. Modern electronic fancy stuff for engine, plastic parts, killer catharsis. I know. But that's where it comes into. I thought the Panda... See, I knew that. I'm going to continue talking about the Panda. See why you need more than that. Like, that 1.3 litre engine, diesel, fine. You get 4 people in it. I would do 4 people. I would take 4 people to Edinburgh. You know what I mean? That's fine. Okay, you folded the back down. It took bits. It was fucking fine. You don't 99. All these people driving about in fucking big massive. You don't need that. The Panda would have done you totally for 99% of the time, apart from that one time you went to B&Q last year. The the best way to learn about a car was to strip one down and put it back together again. But yeah, exactly. The thing that got me was by being a fucking, I don't know, it's a Kitty Vaughn. The thing that got me was the fact that it's like, on a guitar, it's annoying, but you can do it inside, and when you're out about a thing, I mean, it was just like, when I started out, I was doing shit like, fucking messing about with I've changed alternators, I've changed, fan belts and that shit, because you used to be able to do these things if you were 18, it was like, you would just go, I need to do my brake pads. I don't even think it was an option to get the brake pads done by somebody else. That wasn't what you did. We're not going back that long ago. You just did, I need new brake pads, okay. I'll just go and buy brake pads and then do it. And I don't know, when I'll start doing it, I'll go and ask Dad if he knows how to do this. And he'll go, I take that. That was it. You just did it. Hey, wee Van. Been forced to watch this pish. Especially guitars, but the thing is, it's the same. The thing about the thing is that there's problem. The thing is, cars, you need to MOT them, you need to put petrol in them, you need to insure them, they cost money. Guitars don't. Also, cars, you always take fucking the skin off my knuckles because everyone's going fine. I've got 3 bolts to do, I could only get at 2 of them, okay. Absolute bastard of an hour to get at the 3rd bolt. You get at the 3rd bolt, and it's a bastard doesn't want to come out because, that I can't be bothered with. So I think cars should just be making fucking simple. Why do they need to have all the piss through if you just had like a fucking, the equivalent of, the World War II army jeep? Just that. Fuck it. Just that with an electric motor, a steering wheel, forward, backwards, brakes. That's it. Fuck it and limit it to 30 mile an hour. What you did else for? NIB on the guitar? I don't think so. I've actually got a bass that I've not played yet. That I should probably plug in and play some disco, since I've nearly finished my bucky. It's only 9:30. I'm going to have to open another bottle of bucky, I think. It's going to make things difficult. That'll be that on. Bass tab. Too fast. Slowly, I take it the car park in the sky is not. I don't know. There must be more than one car park in the sky. Is that the one at the top of the campsites over there, or is that the one up there, up the Tackmedown Road? I've heard both of them individually called to the car park in the sky. Drove the desert alone with JB Weld and a lot of water, changed the radiator when I got home. True story. Mr. Whitesnake, I just don't have any desert stories at all. I've never been to one. It does, that time when you had Boba Fett's armour though, would that be round about that time when you were hanging about the desert of Tatooine? Oh, I was talking heads, I wish I could. I mean, I can't play the bass that badly. I'd love to though. What, bass ain't helping your headache? How can bass not help your headache? Oh, you're not talking about the sound, you're talking about the fact it's a J-Pax. What the fuck? Hold on, I've just been hit with a security update. So if I disappear in the next 2 minutes, I'm sorry, I didn't disappear. I've got to verify that it's me for some reason. In the middle of my... The fuck? I don't know. I just clicked on it to say... I think that's alright. There's one at the back of Paisley. It's a massive straight with a sharp bend at the end. The object was to hit the turn and not end up in the field. Very nice, yes. You went to play your bass the other day, the strings are pure rusty. Oh no. Aye. It's awful. It just seems to happen. They don't seem to just start getting rusty, they just go fucking rusty. I know, I don't know what to do. I'm totally not used to playing like pure expensive instrument. It's a little bit it wants to be there. I kind of want it to be there. It's quite annoying. There's no fate what there's our guitars, but what you make. Yeah, so obviously you know this is it's still the same one. There still only exists 4 of these. This is still the original bass one, which is the second one ever built, and mine was, I had the choice of whether I wanted a Longhorn or not. So I chose the Longhorn horns. Longhorn. So these are the 2 Longhorn ones. This is at least the 4th colour this has been. At least the 5th time this has been painted. She's never selling it, but I mean, she's painted it green to match her new house. It's a big bass. More like a jazz bass. Mind you, I've been playing the acoustic bass. The thing you notice about when you're playing the really expensive stuff, it's so precise. There's no flap on the notes. When I'm playing like the acoustic basses, one I've been playing, there's a bit of a pure wong, like a geezer butlerness to it. This is just pure note precision. Ba, 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 ba. Yep. Only heard of Paisley Car Park. It was filmed there in 2022. I think it was a Halloween. Lots of cars appearing quite late at night and then abruptly turning round. Seems erupted or dogging. Well, yes. I think Friends in the Desert survived. That's great. Straight up Cadbury purple. Yeah. I don't know. I did. Mine was meant to be painted. I just never did. How many guitars I had with Life Crisis coming, all different flavours, I told them. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's... You don't ever want to know. If you were filming that, it's just like, there'd be copyright issues. I don't know. Back in the day, I remember you'd go to places that you'd go and it would just be called shaggers. There'd be folk who were obviously just sitting, smoking joints in the car, and then other folk would be shagging, and then that'd be it. I don't think dogging was a thing. Maybe. I would certainly have been quite surprised walking past a car and it was like with other people looking. Yeah, that would have been quite an eye opener. I'm glad I never saw that for real life. That would maybe have been quite disturbing. No, I'll play it in the right key. I want that. I want my wee fuzz bass actually. I own about 150 playing card decks by Bicycle. Well, like decks of cards, well, why not? Yeah. This is a custom JPAC JPB1. As far as I'm aware, there is only one of these basses. I just showed the guitar there, which is after this. So there's 4, 5 that exist. There was a new one. The last one has got a single humbucker. It's a guitar. 4 guitars and a bass. This is the bass. You're safe in Tucker's car park. Yeah, I suppose it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like, I don't think, it's not like, I mean, okay, that they are just people, I suppose, so it's probably a little bit about that being pure terrified going into, like, I don't know, going into a gay bar. It's like they're not going to bum you, they're going to go, all right, sorry, no, you've just come into the wrong place next door, mate. Aye, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. It's like sort of, if you're there, it's like the people who are involved will go, oh no, yeah, sorry, no, yeah, we're doing this. Yes, you know, go, you know, it's like, oh, aye. You got a Takamine acoustic bass recently. Sounds nice. I would I've been playing acoustic bass a lot. Romania back not with it. Not did they arrive at about £60 now? Wow. I don't know. Space Monkey, but I suppose that's the point where you get to with the collecting things. Not that it's one of the justifications you use, but it's not one of the things. I don't need to have all the guitars I've got, but they are all different and they can be used to do things. That's not necessarily why I collect them, because I could be collecting, I don't know, because it doesn't have, I'm trying to think about the guitar collecting thing. To have the complete set, you can't really, there's not really a complete set to get, although I did get the complete set of Washburn Wings. So I do have all of them. So I mean, in some ways, yeah, you can get the complete set, as in the collector thing. But they're items, whereas your playing cards fit into the same. I'm thinking about the Magic the Gathering cards. Ultimately, it's just a card, right? So it's just what's on it. All the value that's on it's been applied to it doesn't have a plant, whereas with a guitar, you can say, okay, this is, it's ebony, da-da-da. It's got a certain amount of worth as a musical instrument, as a quality guitar, regardless of what make it is or whether how desirable it is. It's worth X £100 as an instrument, whereas a playing card is just a playing card. It doesn't matter. It's kind of mad. Between car scene, insomnia, and always walking my dog like at night, I know I've far too many doggy spots. Get Kathy, but I've never indulged. No. I don't know, indulge. Would it be worse? Watching? I don't know. But there's an indulgence, isn't there? There would be the temptation to go over and look in the window, whoa, giggle and run away. But I mean, I don't know if it would be to spend any large amounts of time. All right, Dave, how's it going? Let me shake your hand. No, just shake left hands. No, right. But there you go. I'm just going for the why it's better collecting. But then again, something like cards, you can keep them all in a drawer. That's the thing about pedals, though, isn't it? You can keep pedals, and you can have a couple of big boxes full of pedals and have 200 pedals, and no one would know because they're in the cupboard. You can't have 200 guitars and no one would know. If you've got 200 guitars, they go, oh my god, there's guitars every single, no matter what direction I look in your house, I can see guitars. Yes. I chugged in a $5, or you put? No, you actually do. Oh right, I didn't know there was money involved. Is it like a donation box? No, you wouldn't call it a donation box. An honesty box. Well, is there anything dishonest about it? I don't know. Yeah, I'd never really realised that. So is that you maybe just put the window down a wee bit, or would you like? I mean, my experience of sitting in cars, not dogging, is the windows steam up. So could you like put money and go like that, Pierre? Here's like a fiver, gonna give the window a bit of a wipe, I can't see anything. Do you need to get the condensation off? I don't know. I suppose it would be. Always tip your powers. I don't know. I mean, it's like it does boil down to it's like, well, what's so bad about it? It's like, oh, it's not for me. Yeah, that's fine. Well, yeah. Who's getting hurt? Well, unless they want to be hurt. No. Well, yeah. Just that's fine. If you, I'll go this way. I'll take the path to the left and go round the woods. Cool. It's not money you're slipping the slot yet. Okay. Yeah, that's why I did say donations. Yeah, totally. Busking dogging sites. Oh, there we go. We could get a dogging band. What did you just play? I just played like sort of disco. Just I don't know, pumping music, man. Bum, so that just totally. Typical of a. I don't know. So see, the thing is, Stevie, to be honest, if I was in the middle of the woods at 1 o'clock in the morning, I would rather meet doggers than you with a claw hammer. Just like, what are doggers going to do? Offend me, and I'll run away. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Space Gators. It's like talkers would be slightly shocking, and I would be able to fucking phone up for that. I just met dogs. Okay, yeah, totally. That wouldn't be bad. Let's be honest. And if you accidentally walk around a corner and there's doggers in the car with the light on, it would be like, oh, and run away. That's it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, totally shagging the perverts. Yeah. I think the claw hammers things would probably change. Maybe you might stop them. I don't know. Some of the best, I don't know. I never understood that. But yes, it did definitely. Magazines in the woods. Yeah, Space Monkey, I think, to be honest, it's probably sort of thing I've got up here. All right, doggers, awesome. Where can I stand for the best view? Over there, great. And then I would run away. Yeah. The tone would then. There's nothing wrong with a bit of fucking. Well, yeah, I don't need to say anymore, do I? Yeah, I don't think. I just basically, I would just like, Steve, I wouldn't go walking about. I'm basically. What do you think of going on this forest trail in Butte? And it's like, no, here is a guy who walks about with a claw hammer looking for doggers, and I'm not, but got long hair, maybe that's enough, I don't know, you know? Oh. It's like, yeah, sorry. There is a slightly difference, there's a difference between a dodgy lay-by and a doggy lay-by, though. Yeah. I'm sure that would go down well as well if you get caught. Oh, what are you doing here? It's like, Pierre, I'm on live stream. Like, yeah. It's mental. Like, I saw a car park, the most strange place earlier on. You wonder what it is. So why would you park there? And then it was actually at Kilsyth Rangers football stadium, and I think there must have been a wee gap in the fence where he went through and he was mowing the lawn with his dog. Actually, he was on like a sort of big wide, the width of this room mower thing, and his dog was just kind of To be honest, the dog looked pissed off. It wasn't on the lead or anything like that. It was just kind of walking along beside him going, this is a shit walk. It's like all I'm doing is walking up and down while you're fucking at work. You know what I mean? The lay-by was bouncing. It's the closest place to park. You would wonder where it was. I don't know. Surely, what's surely? I mean, mind you, I'm going to say you would obviously want to be out the way, but there's obviously a perfect amount of out the way, because obviously you could just go and just have sex in the car. That's fine, but you've got to get the observer, so you've got to go to that must be part of it. I'm assuming, or do you go and meet? I don't know. Yeah. I went to a public toilet in Gloucester. One second, it was in my electrical setup too, but the lot and was very first, but all right, so you should go for a piss, right? Okay. What are you thinking? Because you were dressed with your electrical tool belt, not they thought that's one of the village people. He must be one of us. Oh, I don't know. There must be etiquette. I don't know. I'm sure there's. I don't know. I don't know. Kilburnie Industrial Estate. So the thing is, see, you just put Kilburnie. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where Kilburnie is, but I know I've driven past it. Yeah, totally. You did, Space Monkey. I was sitting there going like that. Pure right. It's a pure. It's one of those ones you go that pure. I'll see this one time. I got jumped on by a gang of guys in the bushes. Stop the cream. No. I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying the great outdoors and I'm enjoying going out on my bike. That's just that it's not really a euphemism for anything else. I suppose, like, I could be, and I've probably got a quite good idea of places that you could go dogging round about this area because I've been going about in my bike. That's not why I was doing it though, honest guff. But I know a couple of laybys. They both got burger vans in them, but that's during the day. We've got other types of vans in them at night. Oh. I don't believe you, Sloaney. That actually happened. You actually had to. And this is with people. I don't know. I suppose did they move the car, or would they be more like the? Did you like, I don't know, requests? Sort of dunk. Could you turn over? I don't know. Could you rotate round a bit so I get a better view? I don't know. But that sounds, yeah, I don't know. We really got into an uncomfortable thing. So the next live stream, which hopefully will be with guest stars and be a bit different, will maybe not be quite as lowbrow as this particular one seems to have gone. This is because I've not put adverts on. Thanks for all noticing that I'm getting nothing for doing this, rather than the usual £3 I get, maybe by the end of the month. More than once it happened, they were flustered, apologetic, and very embarrassed. Well, I mean, I suppose Sloaney good. They are human beings, even though they have some strange ideas. Oh. Open sea and acoustic is beautiful. Nice one, Stevie. Yes, it is. Yes. C's not one I play very often. I generally think A for me. I think you could get away with an awful lot. I just feel that I spent when I started learning playing the guitar, I learned an awful lot more chords than I really needed to. I didn't really need that. I just play things that start. Basically, it probably starts in A, yeah, and it normally is. It's normally A, D, and E, or A, G, and C. Wish I'd known that. I did work out. What was it worked out the other day? I think I love is I can try and work out things and just like songs that I like, but I just there's not any guitar in it, I won't be able to play it. And then I was playing Someone after midnight, all my world is fantasy. Like that, and it's like, it's fucking great. The Gibson Mark V. This is going off the rails. I kept my show cars there, so would wash my car and then leave at 4 a.m. Yeah. It's like, I suppose if it'd been, this was probably a few years ago, maybe having the security camera up, you could maybe have live streamed it and made some money. The Smoking Goat Air. I don't know if I could do the Smoking Goat. I don't think, Mr. Spicey, I don't think dogging married, doesn't matter if you're married, you can still, I don't think it's any less disgusting or any more disgusting, it's just the same. It's exactly the same amount of disgusting. Yeah. The thing is, Mr. Whitesnake's, he's from the desert though. He doesn't realise that he's going to need 2 tarps. One to keep the rain off, because it probably will be raining, probably. Tarp. Yeah, totally. His next teaspoons. I thought it sounded classy. I did. Is it opposite? How far away from cash converters is it though? I thought you were going to tell us about that time you went you went on the carp fishing expedition, Mr. Whitesnake, by mistake. Yep. I'm totally trying not to open that box of Bucky. What I want to do with the box of Bucky, seeing as I've actually managed to buy a box, even though, well, 1 was for tonight, 4's for the Rangers Club in, I don't know what to tell you, something disgusting happened yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was the first thing about Kilsyth that I thought, yeah. But, anyway, so 4 bottles of thing, 2 for Jake, so 6 of them are mine. 1 was going to be for tonight, but I've not drank it, so I've got 6 for Bucky. That's enough. I'll need 1 for next Sunday's live stream as well. But I'm thinking if I get like wood and made a box that fitted inside the box, so I could take the Bucky box and use it as a seat or something like that. But I suppose I should be practicing drinking. I don't know. See, I had a bad first day last year because I decided I'm going to stay sober for the first night. So I did, and set up the tent. I went fucking mental and ended up going for a walk, wanting to go home because everyone was just absolute gibbering idiots. And it's like, yeah, so I need to get drunk at the start, so I don't care either. Nah, I'm not opening the bottle of Bucky. I need to open it properly with a knife and then work out how somehow I'm going to put a wooden box in it. Yeah, okay, back to this. We can't get off the dogging, man. Top down. For this dogging band, I don't know. I just think you need something where, I don't know. Would you have a set list for such things? You would start off like, hey, welcome to tonight. A bit of the sort of Barry White, whoop, sort of sort of slow kind of, and then getting into the bit of the more one of these days, you know, build. I know it could be interesting. The fire, I'm not sure. I don't know. Would you be allowed to fire at dogging? I don't know. It might attract people. They're not the right kind of people. Dog themed songs. yeah. Hound dog. That's I don't know. Your dog walking. Dog different. It's not dog walking. Unfortunately, we're talking about. That'll be alright. I do pass an awful lot of dogs. Yeah, I push it, but yeah. See, that's we're lower than that, Andrew. Black dog. No, you're not getting that digging bad. The plum touchers. I saw, where was it? Someone was talking. It was a Guns N' Roses. Not a Guns N' Roses, a Bon Jovi tribute band, and the guitarist had called himself Richie Shambora. So he gets a yes for that. Sitting in the dock of the bay, yep, totally. Like or down the back of the bins at Co-op or in Kilburnie Industrial Estate, yep. Scrotum scratchers, more like scrot. Have you seen the last Furiosa, a Mad Max story thing? There's a guy whose name is in Mad Max Fury Road. The main baddie's son's called Rectus. My name's Rectus. It's a bit like Rectum. And the prequel is his brother's there. He's like, I am Scrotus, and it's like, I want to be your plum touchers. Now I want to be your Doug. I do think plum touchers is scrotum scratchers is a bit crude. Plum touchers is a bit more. I don't know. You've got a good excuse to say, I know it's about something else. Plum squeezers. I remember talking about Dick Man and Throbbing. I remember one night being really, really drunk, and my pal Robert was there, and for some reason everyone started calling him Throbbert, which was hilarious, and he went home in a bad mood. Pop up, bummer, baby. I'm sure there's just any Judas Priest song, but the album Point of Entry, Ram It Down, Breaking the Law, Heading Out onto the Highway to Go Dogging. Three dogging days night. Power Solo, yeah. Is that a band? If it's not, if it is, I want to be in it. Yeah, Mr. Whitestate, you could. I mean, I don't know who it was that thought up Robert, but Malcolm and Masturbators, really. Well, at least it doesn't group me in with a lot of them. I'll be playing the bass. It's a band called Power Solo. Well, it should be Throat Bump. I found another great cover band name, Biffy Clyro. Effie Clyro. Don't like it, Biffy Clyro, but I like it. Stop slowly giving me something up here. Yeah, I think so. It's like I want some sort of attachment on the back of it. Yeah. Ooh. I'll tell you, if you want to set it up, I'll be there, I'll bring the bass, and I'll be wearing my wetsuit. Which you may think, oh, wetsuit, that'll be to look sexy and stuff, and it's like, no, because your fucking, that thing zips up to here like that, and it fucking makes you practically bulletproof. It'll be fine. I wish there was some way of putting that drum through the loop pedal, because you can just fucking play on the beat. Time down fast, but don't let me beat you. Down, 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 and down, down to you. That's defensive rubber there. Mary's proud kid, Jesus. Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with this. You're sitting there, people on my side there, people I know in person. Andrew should be there trying to raise the fucking, get it back out the gutter. What busker will be walking the dog. Yeah, more euphemisms. Wetsuits do protect you. That's it's like yeah. Then Sherman, I don't know what Sherman is, but yeah, it's around the Sherman tank. Ah, is that you know that's your I assume it is. As in, I'm away for away to the car park for a Sherman. One of those Zoom Stomp Lab things on a drum machine. I need to use it. Yeah, it's just basically the thing about drums is I just want, you know, the hooked on classics. Boom, tsh, boom. That means you can fit it in with fucking anything. So all the complicated patterns I don't want. Basically, I just want a click track that's a click track plus, so it's just very simple, but there's enough there, like AC/DC drums, that kind of thing. I just want that. No fucking. Favorite, I'm waiting for a Barry White. Sherman, my face. Jobby joke. Jobby jokes are. No, I think Jobby's fine. It's like that's Jobby's alright. See, I mean, I can't even read drums are useful for getting your timings nailed without going, nailed, aye, no, just thinking of some sort of sexual deviance over a drum kit. Although I did see a video which I'll never, if anyone ever said, if you ever think about watching it, don't ever, it was Rob, the drummer, and after the end, and he says, "Oh, this video, I saw this video. It was fucking awful. Life's different." And I was like, I fucking watched it, and it was basically a guy who's like, as a drummer, and he got like, sat in the drum stool and see like the drum stool sits on top of a metal tube. The seat had gone vump right down to the middle, and it looked like the tube had gone like a clear foot, and it was just like, I'm never sitting on a drum stool ever again. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. Don't, if you ever see anything that you think might be that, where it's somebody going to sit on a drum stool, just don't watch it. I can't unsee it. No, drums are absolutely, but it doesn't really matter what it is, whether it's a click track or anything. I really noticed it the first time I ever had a shot of a 4-track machine, and it was like, all right, and my timing isn't good. I didn't know my timing wasn't good, but you need the click. I've seen the Jobby Jammers in King Tut's, they were crack, yep. See, I think there's just too much Jobby Jam, actually. I do remember one of the guys in Home and Away, or Neighbours, was in a band called Monkey Jam, and it was up here, whoa. Totally, I would just like, go to the studio, alright, I was up here, what I was like, who with Monkey Jam? Hi, up for a bit of Monkey Jam, I don't really know what to expect. I can imagine them being a bit like the Chili Peppers somehow. Bit of that kind of thing. Monkey Jam! Oh, that's Monkey Trousers, isn't it? This is a really nice bass. It is a bit of a battleship though, but man, I've been playing that acoustic bass a lot, but it's kind of different. I don't know, I've maybe just been playing... I don't want to know, Andrew. I did hear a good joke the other day, but what was it? It was good. Better be good. If it's bad, I'm just going to end the stream right now, and it's your fault, Andrew, and I'll give you a message after it, getting your guitar back to you. Actually, no, I'm not saying punchline, right? I'll just edit the wobble. Ja wobble? Yeah, it could be it. Jam music. Alright, that's the actual one. Oh, so it's actually got to have the Geely pan. It's not says for stream. I thought you said for stuff. I don't know. It sounds bad though. I don't know. It's like that. Jam wobble. Yeah, totally. It's good. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Sometimes it's like, it's like one of those things like up here, you don't want to know about this. It's like up here, see if someone says anything like that, I'm like, that's it, don't tell me. I was like, no, you said you didn't want, you said I didn't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm quite happy not knowing about your pal who hit his thumb with a hammer and it exploded. I don't want to know. I'm quite happy. That's something... Yeah, cheers. I am ending it and we'll find out what the difference between jelly and jam is. I feel I'd like a really good joke to end it. You know, the proper kind of joke where it's just like, it's not that bad, you know, something. Why is the live with you Stone members only? What members only? There is no members only. If I did members, well... I could do members only, I reckon it'd all be the same people. Although I do occasionally get mad. Didn't I get them tonight? I think it's because I didn't have any adverts on. So the thing is, when I've got adverts on, I get the mad, the Brazilians and all that coming in and going, oh, I'll play some Aussie. And it's like, okay. And then I do, and then I think that's maybe why there's not been any of them tonight. It's all been the Steam team. Rock on, and next week will be fun. An interesting spat of videos that you won't be expecting. Some of them we've done previously and are a bit silly. Blues Brothers and BBC Two. Wow. It's like it just comes down to the point where you just go, wow, there's still a BBC Two. Wow, the fact that you can watch something live. I've not watched something live for years. There was one time I watched, it sounded like, well, I knew it couldn't have been good, but it was a Jean-Claude Van Damme film with Roger Moore in it, and it was called The Quest or something like that. And it was when the internet was down when I was in Milton Academy, and I don't have a TV, so to see if I could get a channel, and I got one, and I watched that, and it was like, wow, there you go, looking weird. Catch you later, I will, mister. Catch you later, Sloaney, and choose you later, Kathy, and members only jacket is important still. Well, there you go. Yeah, go and walk the dog and good luck. If this van's rocking, don't bother knocking.